And somehow there's even another Aston Martin Lagonda. So this car has a straight 8 driving those two wheels. Some of these pre-war cars have to be the most stylish cars in the world, in my humble opinion. Today on Car Traction, you join us at the Bicester Heritage for another Sunday Scramble, last of the year, so it should be a great turnout. And already we've got a bit of pre-war goodness. This looks to be a Ford Model A, which has an overhead valve engine. Unfortunately, no information sheet, so we're left guessing with that. I don't know what's happened there, but there's been quite a bit of work. Nice to see something pre-war. Just here is a lovely MGTD, sort of a bit later, just post-war sports car. But I think first of all, while Dad has a look around the public, interesting classic car section, let's have a look at all the delights at the actual centre, the Bicester Heritage Centre, just over there. And we're starting off today's video with a few quintessential classic British cars. The Heritage Skills Academy have got their Moggy Minor here, which is rather modified. Here's a more standard spec Morris Minor 1000 Traveller. Great practical classic, that just looks fantastic. And a couple more Moggy Minor 1000s. This one is unmodified. And then we've got an interesting one in here. This one has a Ford Cosworth 2-litre turbo engine in it. A modified fuel tank, I presume that is in the back. Roll cage as well, lowered. That is a very impressive car. 360 brake horsepower. Nice louvers in the bonnet as well. Continuing with the British theme, an absolutely immaculate MGA here. 1600 car, 4-cylinder, nice early sprung steering wheel. These look absolutely fantastic, don't they? Love the look of that. Next to that, a much later midget with the rubber bumper bumpers. That was a lot of bumpers in a sentence. MGB here with a nice wicker basket on the back. A very nice early MG midget on the end. And a fascinating MG Tourer, perhaps pre-war. Another great club associated with the Bicester Heritage Centre is the starter motor designed for young people getting into classics like me. And they've got their MGB GT V8 here, a very late car with the rubber bumpers on the front. The 3.5 litre Rover V8, this one from 1977, making 153 brake horsepower. Behind me is an absolutely stunning Alvis 1250, some more pre-war goodness. Something a little bit more modern is this Peugeot 309 GTI, the Goodwood edition. You can see some period advertising on there, the sporty rare variant, very rare car, and a gorgeous little MG midget racing car here. For sale, 1965, fully prepped, maybe some period racing history, I don't know. That looks very tasty. I'm loving this quick release fuel cap on the back there as well, exactly the sort of thing I noticed. The works hardtop, usually you see those on the likes of MGBs more than the midgets, so this is slightly rarer. Offered for sale £95,000. X-Works racing car built by the competition department. Raced at Bridgehampton in 1965, which explains the price. I'd hope it'd have some period racing history for that. And there's the MG. And a great old Vauxhall here. Not exactly sure what model this is, perhaps an early Firenze. I need to have a look around the back of this one. Very lovely in blue, left-hand drive as well, perhaps a foreign market car. Apologies, a Vauxhall Magnum. I thought it was a Firenze or Magnum. I went Firenze, but unfortunately that was wrong. It's a Magnum, maybe a foreign market car. Being left-hand drive, this is the sort of thing you never see over here. And a very sharp-looking car, I think. That looks very, very smart indeed. An absolutely stunning Ferrari here, of course, Pininfarina designed. I'm surprised there's no one crowding around this absolutely stunning car. This is the rare 4-lighted variant to the front. Not exactly sure what model this is, but I know that these 4-light cars are very rare, very sharp looking car, one of the later ones I believe. Stunning GT, 4-seaters actually, so a little bit larger than some, and a much rarer variant than the likes of the SWB. You don't see these anywhere near as often, especially the 4 lighted fronts. That is such a stunning car. Lovely V12 burble, of course, coming out of those rear exhausts. Just beyond that, a lovely old bicycle. In this section, a few more gorgeous pre-war Alvis 1250s. Lovely trio here. Great VSCC eligible cars. A bit more modern as an Audi R8. We'll obviously focus on the older cars, such as this stunning Mark II Jaguar 3.8 in the light blue. Manual overdrive, louvers in the bonnet as well. Looking very, very sporty. Really testing my car knowledge here, I believe. This is an AC 3000 ME sports car, mid-engined. Never had a close-up look at one of these before. But here at the Bicester Heritage Sunday Scramble, there is one. How rare is that? Always love a good Alfa on car traction. Absolutely adore those cars. Oh, hello! There's a Ferrari 250 there, and a Jaguar D-Type, followed by an Aston Healey. What a stunning car! That's a 250 TR, I want to say. This is a Jaguar D-Type. What an incredible set of cars here. It's also an Aston Healey 100M, I think that one is. Another gorgeous car, but I'm afraid slightly overshadowed by the Le Mans greats. The Jaguar D-Type long nose and the Ferrari 250 TR. Bit of a rally section. The favourite of mine has to be this 105 series Alfa Romeo, with many stickers in the rear window, fully prepped, gorgeous intake sound from that twin cam 4-cylinder. This is a 1750, most likely a GTV. Lovely car. Very original looking Golf GTI. This is the Hero ERA stand. Lovely car there. Lancia Delta Integrale. Another stunning car. Only made road going versions, left hand drive. This one's got the rally livery but looks to be unmodified inside. Perhaps it's got a tickled engine but no roll cage, so this is not a competition car, it's just had this livery. Now what an incredible trio of classic racing cars. This is Aston Healey 100M, Jaguar D-Type long nose and a Ferrari 250 TR. All sort of 50s era of racing cars. That Jaguar also has the evolution of the XK engine, probably enlarged a little bit. This Aston Healey will be a 4-cylinder most likely, being the 100M with the louvers on the bonnet, the leather strap, the long nose D-Type having the fairing behind the driver, looking very spectacular indeed. Perhaps the rarest car of the lot is the Ferrari 250 TR on the end there, V12 powered.
Rail seats, you've got the yellow stitching and pinstripe.
Well, for something a bit more sedate, let's have a little look at what the Motor Shed has got for sale at the moment, starting off with their great little Opel Kadett, and then the extremely rare car evocative, the likes of the Ford Popular and Anglia, like we used to have, but have recently swapped out for something quite a bit bigger. Here, a pairing of very, very lovely Art Deco style pre-war American Tourers. I believe this one is a Chrysler, I want to say. Around the front, gorgeous grille. I think it's a Chrysler, yes it is. And then this one is a Lincoln here. I always love looking at this setup in here. Loving the windscreen on the back here. They've always got many, many delights in here, such as this beautiful pre-war racing MG. That is an absolutely stunning car. Supercharger hiding under there. This is just amazing, isn't it? What a beautifully shaped car. This is the boat tail at the back as well. That is absolutely lovely. MGs are always very high revving. This one red lines at 8. Gorgeous MG, another pre-war car on the end here. A Sunbeam Saloon, that is very nice. Big old 6-cylinder 4-seater. That is lovely, isn't it? An MGA, a racing MGA. Very lovely motorbikes in here as well. Triumph, BSA, another BSA, and another BSA here. And a race spec Mini, a Mark 1 Morris Cooper. This now one here from the 30s is a Hudson, made in Detroit like the Dodge. And here is another Cadillac. This one's got a V8 in it. These are just incredible looking cars, aren't they? Love some of the pre-war ones. Gorgeous Alvis, that's a Tourer as well, so a very rare car. That is absolutely stunning. Look at the size of the Lucas headlamps on that one as well. Inside this truly wonderful shed we find a gorgeous Riley racing car here, pre-war era. Quite similar to the likes of the ERA racing cars, which also had Riley bits in them, but this one is just marked up as a Riley, and I think it's a little bit smaller, so not a 6-cylinder engine in this one and not a pre-selected gearbox. The likes of the ERAs had a pre-selected gearbox made by Riley, and many of the Riley pre-war specials would have a pre-selector box. A couple of Renault NNs over here. Very sort of strange cars to work on. You see the air intakes on the side there. This is such a great shed, isn't it? Alvis 1250, all the cars are for sale here, I believe. Jarrett Jupiter on the end, that's another very rare car. And a little Austin 7 Racer. Some of these pre-war cars have to be the most stylish cars in the world, in my humble opinion. I believe this pre-war gem here to be a Clino, which is also available to buy from the motor shed as we speak. Lovely 20s car, a little bit earlier than the American ones. Citroen Traction Avant. And a gorgeous 2CV, the nice early ones with the corrugated style of bonnets. That is a lovely car actually, really like that. Just peeking around here is an incredible Aston Martin DB4. I'd have one of these over a DB5 any day, super leggera. These are absolutely stunning. Best colour probably the green. That is an incredible car, love the look of that. I think I do prefer the DB4 and the DB4 GT to the likes of the DB5 and certainly to the DB6, but that is me being picky. I wouldn't say no to a 6 or any sort of Aston Martin because they all make incredible cars. Perhaps their best, in my opinion, being the DB4 as we see in front of us here today at Bicester Scramble. Here's a beautifully patinated and mellowed Buick Super from 1957. The best era of American car, maybe aside from the 30s. Big automatic power brake under there. Probably 3-speed for sale. What a beautiful car. I like what it says the year of this car on the front of it. I just love that patina. All the chrome is just mellowed nicely, perhaps even original, or certainly a very old restoration or repaint. What a view over the bonnet that must be. Real sort of king of the road. Same can be said for this Alvis TD21 here in blue. Beautifully quality car. Really love these ash frame, you have to remember, so you always have to check the door shuts on some of these as they can sag a little bit. A few more Austin 7s, these are all the Austin 7 specials here I believe. I like this streamlined one here. A great way to get into VSCC events, the Austin 7s. And just over here is a very rare little sports car. This is a Turner. Purpose-built 50s, 60s race car. No road cars of these made, I believe, just made for racing. That is very, very cool, isn't it? The yellow stripe around the front evocative of the likes of the racing Aston Martins. And just over there, a couple more Austin 7s. Those look fantastic. I especially like this green one. Let's have a look at this one. This one looks very sporty. Also available at the motor shed. That is very nicely little streamlined car, isn't it? I really love the look of the front of that. And here This is a very strange car. This says Ray Ford Special in it, built in Canada in 1958. I've never seen this car before. Looks like quite a handful. Beyond the Honda 754 Cinder bike is a lovely early console Cortina Mark 1 Lotus. Got my word orders quite jumbled up there, but the main thing to take away is that this is an absolutely stunning car. Super saloon of its day. That looks fantastic. Here we have the Little Car Company stand, who makes not pedal cars but electrified cars such as the Bugatti Type 35, a miniature version, the 250 TR. I've seen those before, but what I haven't seen before is a road registered electric blower Bentley. This is much larger. I'm sure that is incredibly expensive, but doesn't that look great? A sort of 0.75 times size blower Bentley on the road. Here's the little Aston Martin. These are surprisingly nippy little things. I've seen them on the flywheel, and they do seem to go quite well, so they do look like quite a bit of fun. These are great, aren't they? And another Ferrari 250 TR. I wouldn't mind going one of these. Getting a good dose of Ford Model A content today. There's a 4-seater Tourer with a twin-engined Ballard Special. This one is known as Pre-War Racer. This one has got two Ford Model A engines, both 3.3 litres, I want to say. Lovely Triumph TR4 here, road rally spec. Maybe a bit of period rallying history, I don't know. This perhaps looks like a more recent conversion. Lovely spot lamp on the front. That looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Just prepared very nicely. And here we have the Aston pedal cars stand with a selection of lovely J40s. I'm sure Dad will be quite fond about these. He used to have a couple of them, and they are gorgeous little pedal cars. Really love those. Another lovely BMW 2002. Same can be said for the Porsche 356 over there. Looking fantastic. And what is this? This seems to be a veteran Bianchi. Italian, I want to say. Chain driven, 4 pedals on there, which I've never seen before. All nice brass. I like those Bianchi, whatever that is. I don't know exactly what that is. Here you can see the chain drive towards the back, as were many veteran cars. What a brilliant car that is. I love that. Let's have another look around the front of this gem. That is absolutely glorious, isn't it? Love that. Great oily ragger. And the same can't be said for this immaculate Porsche 356. That looks like great fun on the road, doesn't it? What on earth is this over here? Pre-war land speed record car, perhaps? Let's have a look at the interior. What an incredible looking car that is. Still got no idea what it is, I'm afraid, but that is an incredible looking car. Let's have a look around the front of this. Looks like it's an Alvis, actually, a supercharged Alvis. Let's have a look at the front. Oh, there's a big... That is a very impressive car at the front. Never seen that one before. I wonder what that was used for in period. Let's have a look. This is a 1927 Alvis Straight 8 front wheel drive Grand Prix car. So this car has a Straight 8 driving those two wheels, which is very peculiar. Never seen anything like that before. I'm sure that sounds pretty savage. 1927 Straight 8 in there. What an incredible car that is. An incredible Chevy station wagon here. I believe this is a Nova. Looks to be quite modified inside. Yes, it is a Nova. What an incredible looking car that is. Probably mid-60s. C-Reg would suggest 65, 66, somewhere around there. V8 in there. Glorious, that. Another great old muscle car. This is another Ford. I haven't seen many American Fords here today. This is a column shift car. Not exactly what model of Ford that is. So please do let me know in the comments, because it's left-hand drive. Not sure what model of Ford that actually is. It's a Camaro IROC Z here. Another more modern Ford Mustang. A Daimler here. Series 1, quite rare. a very cool looking little Alfa Romeo Giulia, and a Ford Galaxy race car. Gorgeous Restomod Alfa Romeo Giulia Super here. Alfas do seem to be good candidates for the Restomod treatment. That looks absolutely fantastic in that colour. Really, really love that. And what is this? This is a Fiat race car on the back. I can't quite read, begins with a B. That is very lovely on the back of this Alfa Romeo van. Alfa Romeo A12. What on earth is this? I've never seen anything like an Alfa Romeo team van, like race car. What? This is very, very puzzling. Left-hand drive. Perhaps this was like the original team van. I don't know. That is an incredible sight. Never seen anything like that before. With the gorgeous Fiat on the back. Should really have an Alfa on the back, but we'll let it slide. That is a stunning pre-war car. Bit more Italian goodness, a Lancia Fulvia here. Really like the look of that. Another glorious Lancia Fulvia next to a Mark 1 Cortina, next to another fantastic old Alfa Romeo. That's a GTV6, I want to say. Some very lovely modified cars here, a Mark 2 Escort and a Unos Roadster. We're in the MX-5 in the public car park section, and we got a modified Unos here, which looks like quite a bit of fun. I think they do look good with the hardtops on. And a very large exhaust, a Renault 5 Turbo. That is a savage car, isn't it? Look at that interior, that is absolutely immaculate. Left-hand drive, an incredible car that is. Really love that. And what is this over here? Little 50s, 60s race car, Unipower GT. Register. Let's have a look at the information. This is a Unipower GT from 1966, one of 72. It's got a BMC A series engine making 100 brake horsepower, and this weighs 590 kilograms, which is nothing. Really love that. Beautifully bodied Morris Cowley, perhaps like another land speed record or trials car there. That was very cool. And here is the Overland, which is an incredible Edwardian car. I've seen this one a few times, but haven't seen the engine, so there it is. Lovely seats in it as well, they look quite comfy. Once again, 4 pedals. This car's from 1910. Perhaps American, I want to say, being an Overland. Very lovely brass lamps on the front. Here's another very interesting car, not only a normal 914, but this is a 9146 that has the 2.7 litre flat 6 engine in the rear. 914 most of the time having a 4-cylinder, but the 9146 is a very, very coveted car and very desirable and probably very leery. Incredible Alfa Romeo GT 1600 Junior here. These ones just with these single headlamps either side of that gloriously shaped Alfa grille. That looks absolutely beautiful. Now here's an interesting car. This seems to be a very low Datsun. It says Datsun 200L on the side. Never seen this before, not for the UK market as it's left-hand drive. Never seen anything like that. A Datsun 200L. Very low, very modified. Very cool. 318i E30 3 Series, a Type TR7, a W123 shape, or perhaps actually being a 2-door, it's not a 123 Mercedes here. Glorious pre-war MG here from 1932. This is labelled as an F-Type, which is very rare. I don't see this sort of thing getting hill climbed or raced at all, really. There's a Porsche just over there looking very, very lovely, and even a Pontiac GTO. Those are very cool, aren't they? An absolutely jaw-dropping Alfa Romeo Tourer here. Just look at that. How beautiful is that? Nice and early. 2000, which is actually quite a large engine size, I'd say, for that. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Really love that. That is one of my favourite cars here for sure. What a beautiful, beautiful design. Just here is an equally lovely car. This is a Lancia. This one, let's have a little peek through that rear window. Ooh, that is very tasty in there. Both left-hand drive. These cars looking absolutely stunning. Look at that. This has got to be one of my favourite cars here. Gorgeous Lancia. That and that Alfa Romeo over there has got to be my favourite little combination of the whole show so far, because just look at that. That is a stunning, stunning car, as is that glorious Alfa Romeo over there.
I saw one of those for sale.
And here we have Daniel Drives, who has brought along his Fiat Panda 100 HP. Another very lovely 911, a 2.4 flat 6 in this one, 911E, looking very, very tasty in that orange. I like the John Player Grand Prix, Silverstone Grand Prix sticker in the back there from 1975, most likely the year that this car is from. Actually, it might be a little bit earlier, probably late 60s, maybe even. I'm going to say 70 or 71, and a guess for that. That is absolutely lovely.
Mine's right. Just look good.
And here is a really legendary car. This is a Vauxhall Lotus Carlton, which is basically a Vauxhall bog standard saloon, but will do, I believe, 175 miles per hour. This has been tuned by Lotus. These are incredible things. Real sleeper, super saloon. I don't quite know what engine's in these, unfortunately. I'm really sorry, guys, but that is very, very cool. And it's certainly got performance to back up the fairly sedate looks. That's a great, great sleeper car. Beyond the Mini, a duo of gorgeous Jaguar competition cars. XK120 looking fairly race prepped, and probably one of my favourite classic racing cars, the C-Type Jaguar. Perfectly original, this car. Here's the XK engine as well, you can see tuned up. The Jaguar Type C at this time, this would have been going into the likes of the XK120 over there and the 140, but still the same engine used in the D-Type, and even until the XJs, the XJ Series 3 perhaps even, the last one in the 1980s, still using the same basic design of engine. Porsche 356 in red, perhaps the best colour so far I've seen them in. Always a good showing of those here today at the Bicester Heritage Sunday Scramble, perhaps the best one ever. Here is a Sunbeam Tiger, the result of what happens when you put a huge American engineered V8 in the body of a little four-cylinder British sports car. On par with the AC Cobra for me. I think these are absolutely fantastic cars, and this one is even for the police. Here is the classic performance engineering workshop with some form of little racing car here. It's got a Coventry Climax engine in it, and it looks like all aluminium body, so I don't know what that is as all the front is off, but it's something fairly sporty, having that sort of engine in it, twin cam engine of course. Here is the shell of a Porsche 911 and another long-nosed Jaguar D-Type over there. Looks like there's a glorious Lotus Elan 26R race car here. That looks absolutely fantastic. Love the look of those. And over there is the shell of a Series 1 E-Type. I love this, a little Opel 1000 GT. These are really stylish little cars, like a sort of miniature GT car really, isn't it? Really love the look of that. Looks like a sort of slightly shrunk Lotus Elan Plus 2, which probably isn't the kindest comment, but there we go. I can say what I want, and I think those are very, very lovely cars. There's a great little Lotus race car here, perhaps an 11 or something, an original race car. You do see a couple of replicas of these around, but this one does look to be like a proper old one, or at least based on old parts. Beautiful duo, the Aston Martin DB24. These are two glorious, glorious GT cars, one of the more obscure variants of Aston Martin GT goodness. Really love that. In the light blue. And then we got this one over here. I don't exactly know what model this is, I'm afraid. All I know that it is absolutely lovely. It's on an Aston DB24 section here. but you can see this one has got a different grille to that one. I'm pretty sure that one's a DB24. Lovely Lancia Fulvia, the 1.3 litre V4 running there. That is a glorious car, isn't it? This is a Rally S, so a very sporty variant.
You know, I sent you that.
Sounding lovely. There really is so much in this public section. This is only half of all the public cars that are here, so I'll just show you a few little highlights because this video is going to be hours long if I show absolutely everything, which I really want to do, but we've got to keep it to a sort of reasonable length. So I'll have a look at some of my favourites, including this Ford Ranchero. One of which has to be this absolutely glorious and beautiful little Fiat 850 Sport. What a stunning little car this is. Left-hand drive. Looks to be Pininfarina designed, I would say, just by the lines of it. That's a beautiful little car, isn't it? Really, really like that. That's got to be one of my favourites, actually, because that is just a stunning little car. And here is an Aston Healey 3000, one of the actually earliest 3000, because the earliest of these 3000s not having the wind-up windows, these have still got the little chrome strip that goes around it, which was usually seen in the likes of the 104, the 100M and 106, but the later 3000s, this is one of the earliest 3000s, went to a much blockier design on the window, which never was nice. So this is quite a rare car, being a 3000 3 litre straight six and having these chrome bits around the windows. So that's actually a really early Aston Healey 3000 there. It's also an incredible old Peugeot big old saloon here from the 80s. At a rough guess, what model is this? I don't know, I'm afraid. You'd know, Dad. What model is this?
604.
604. 604 GTI? Oh, that's quite helpful. Auto 604 GTI from 1984. This is an incredibly rare car. Looks like an incredible turnout for the Alvis 1250 Owners Club. These are great pre-war cars. I've never seen this many in one place ever, not even at a VSCC meeting. Don't make me count them, please. There are just so many glorious different bodies, so many different variants, saloons, boat tails, coupes. There's perhaps a doctor's coupe. There's this one here. Some great sort of bare metal ones. A two-door, four-seat saloon. Even another row of 1250 Alvis is over there.
I've been January. I sold mine.
Back into the market, previous owner of whatever. You do get the previous owner, it's like killed in
And here we have a March Formula 1 car driven by world champion Jackie Stewart, who was F1 champion in 1973. Got the Ford Cosworth engine in the back there. An incredible era of Grand Prix car this was. Real serious driver's car, proper sound as well.
The guys are taking pictures.
I'm just basically next to Mr. GW.
What have I just witnessed? Who else likes the idea of a Fiat 500 in their house? Lovely trio of pre-war SS Jaguars. Don't those look all fantastic? God, I love the louvers in the bonnet. These pre-war sports cars. A few more gems here, an Aston Healey, an earlier car, perhaps 106, we can hope. Let's have a little look around the front. This is a 100Z, this one, so I believe that'll have a 4-cylinder engine in it, but a very early car, which we do like. A Jensen Interceptor here, Aston Martin, a DB6, I mentioned these earlier, and I'm going to have to make a beeline for this gorgeous old Alfa, another 105 series car on some lovely gold wheels. These are just glorious little saloons, aren't they? How brilliant is that? A great thrummy twin cam, 4-cylinder engine up front, can't go wrong, and a great classic sports saloon like that. Something a little bit older is this great old pre-war Tourer, which is a Lagonda, so most likely a 6-cylinder engine in there, a Ferrari 308, look very nice and blue, and a Vauxhall Forenza, the Droop Snoot Forenza. And here's a lovely 2-litre Bristol. One thing I love about these cars is the back. It's almost like the old Batmobile Alfa Romeos. Just look at the two fins at the back there. They look fantastic, don't they? What a beautiful looking car that is. The same can be said in another way for this Austin 7 Chummy, super original. That looks just as characterful and very lovely. And then a couple of Bentleys and a Lagonda in the end. Mark II Jag's fired up now, sounding very lovely, as has the gorgeous Alvis 1250 over there. This Jag's sounding somewhat smoother. It's 3.8, another XK powered car, sounding very lovely. And here is another new arrival, an Alfa Romeo Montreal. I absolutely love these, Bertoni designed, as the Mark II leaves. Something a bit more modern is this Ferrari Roma, moving at a very steady pace for a Ferrari. And somehow there's even another Aston Martin Lagonda. And just round the back here, Dad, you'll like that, won't you? Look through here. There's a Porsche 917K. Dad absolutely loves these. I do as well. Let's have a little peek at that. Quite the setup in here. We got a couple of old race cars, live coverage from Brands Hatch, a racing simulator, a snooker table, and a Plymouth Prowler in front of like this cool chat area thing.
There's a straight road down there, so from here back there, so someone's on that road, I'll pull up.
Now here is one of the first Lotuses ever made. This is known as Mark II, built by Colin Chapman as a bit of a trials car based on a Ford Pop, I believe, which is a very, very interesting machine from 1949. Only one of one. It's got a Ford 10 side valve, engine 11772. That's a very, very historic car, that.
Model 911 here.
Make the jump. Footprint of the factory from the 1940s.
My granddad used to work there in the 40s.
And here we have a couple of Alpina cars. I haven't seen one like this. This is the modern M3 Touring with the Alpina treatment, which is an interesting sight. Haven't seen that before. And here is a great old Alpina B6 2.8. Looking absolutely fantastic. The more retro design, the lovely decals down the side of this shark nose front BMW. And it was a truly lovely car. The public car park is a shadow of its former self, but it does contain this gorgeous Saab Sonix V4 powered Swedish sports car. That is so, so rare. What a great looking little car that is. Nice little sports car trio, TR4A, an MG Midget and a very early Triumph Spitfire.
Never be able to do the 6